I don't think I could summarize this Aiyuk saga better than this meme that I saw on Twitter recently. Like, this is it. This is the epitome of what's been going on over these last couple weeks. It's the same shit, just a different day. We know all the information, all the details about this Aiyuk trade stuff. We've known the power players here. We've known the Steelers have been wanting to trade for Aiyuk. We've known that the 49ers don't really have that big of a desire to trade Aiyuk because he's under contract and he's a really good player. But Aiyuk is not happy with the Niners and wants to be traded, and the one team that he wants to go to is the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's why we're at this stalemate right now. Yeah, have we had some new characters, new details thrown in and out of this plot, this main story? Sure, like the Browns and the Patriots getting in the mix, but this is what it has come down to. Steelers, Niners, Aiyuk. And Ian Rappaport and Mike Garofalo gave us the latest of this Aiyuk saga yesterday, and it pretty much leaves us in the exact same spot because we got two reporters on the same network saying two separate things.
The 49ers and the Steelers do, in fact, have a deal to trade Brandon Aiyuk from the 49ers to the Steelers. And in any other situation, literally, that would be major news, except for this situation. This, by the way, I should also mention the Steelers are also in a very good place for the Brandon Aiyuk contract extension if he got traded to the Steelers. And again, that deal is in place. It just takes the 49ers to say, yes, we are doing it, which they have not done. I want to repeat, the 49ers have not done yet.
I'm going to try to inject a little bit of optimism here because you talked about that Instagram post the other night, Tom, where Aiyuk said that there are two options. Let's just pick one, right? I dug into that a little bit, and what I've been told is that Brandon Aiyuk would prefer to stay with the 49ers and has always preferred to stay with the 49ers, but they did make that offer. In fact, both sides sent proposals within the last, couple days, week or so. And the 49ers number has gotten better than what it was previously. And they have, from my understanding, they have agreed on a lot of the main points of the deal. Their offers are in line, but it sounds like there's just one more thing that needs to be ironed out.
So I guess it comes down to which side you think is more valid in all this. And for me personally, I think Brandon Aiyuk is going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. I think these reports that are coming out recently and are saying that Aiyuk is open to returning to the 49ers. They still might be hammering out some details on a contract. Niners might be up in their offer. It's still very possible Aiyuk could be in San Francisco. I think those are being leaked by the Niners to scare the Steelers a little bit, to make the Steelers up their offer. Because from everything we've known from the start of this Aiyuk saga, Aiyuk has not been happy with the San Francisco 49ers front office. Like, in a way, he's felt disrespected. And I don't think that all of a sudden changes. And what we know recently is he wants to play for the Steelers. He wants to play for Mike Tomlin. And if the money is equal, sort of equal, then, yeah, I don't think there's really a going back to San Fran for Brandon Aiyuk. Like, I don't think he has the best of relationships with a Kyle Shanahan, whereas he wants to play for Mike Tomlin. So, like, there's a lot of things in the Steelers' favor here, and Aiyuk does have some leverage in this. I think every side has some leverage in this, depending on what perspective you want to take. And that's why there is this standstill. That's why there is this stalemate. Everyone's got some sort of leverage, and all three parties are just looking around and being like, who's going to blink first? But if the money's, like, kind of equal, and the Niners first reportedly offered Aiyuk $26 million. So that's even less what the Steelers are supposedly offering, and that's $28. But if you want to believe the reports that the Niners are open to upping their offer to $27 or $28, then, all right, again, if the money's equal, and it's actually not based off taxes in each of these states, like 28 is different in PA than California. It's actually going to be more in PA because California taxes are much more. So the money's actually better in Pittsburgh. Aiyuk wants to play for the Steelers, wants to play for Mike Tomlin, has not felt good about how the Niners are handling him and his contract situation. So, like, I think he's going to be a Steeler, man. I just feel like all the signs have been pointing in that direction, and it's just going to come down to the Niners finally cutting their losses and saying, like, man, we just got to do this. We don't want this hanging over our heads going into the regular season. So I'm still thinking that Aiyuk's going to be a Steeler. Let me know your thoughts, though. I mean, we're seeing all these mixed reports, but again, it's the same story. Like, we know where it's at this point. Like, we are, who knows, maybe an hour away from getting a resolution, a day, who knows? But, like, we are at that point where it's just like there's not much more we could talk about with this. There's not much more new information. Steelers have an offer in place. And actually, we're the farthest point along that we possibly could be, because Steelers have an offer. And what have we known up to this point? The Steelers' offer hasn't been good enough for the Niners. But the Steelers and Niners have something agreed to in place. But I guess the Niners are still trying to hold out hope to bring Aiyuk back. Maybe that is a last-ditch effort. And what I'm thinking, my guess is, it's a last-ditch effort for the Niners to get the Steelers to up their offer even more. But I don't think Omar Khan, I don't think he's blinking, man. Nah. Don't mess with the con artist. But that's the latest on Aiyuk stuff. Hopefully, I mean, yeah, we really are at this point. We got to come to some sort of resolution here, because preseason's going to be over, and all of a sudden the regular season's going to start. And are we still going to be talking about this? No, we can't. We got to figure out something. Aiyuk's got to be on a team one way or another, because he's got to start practicing. He's got to start getting up to speed, especially if he's going to be here in Pittsburgh and have a new team.